Good morning to all. Today we are going to discuss the unit 2 in the thermal engineering 2, that is steam generators. The steam generators are also known as boilers. So myself is K. Manigandesh, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering. Now we can say a steam generator is as I said to be a boiler. Okay. So what is the function of the boiler means? It is used to produce steam by producing steam from the water Okay. So it is in a simple boiler may be defined as a closed vessel in which steam is produced from the water by combustion of fuel. So combustion of fuel means by addition of heat, the water will be boiled and it will be converted into the steam. Okay. So according to the ASME, so the steam generating unit is defined as a combustion of operators for producing, recovering heat together with transferring of heat so made available to fluid being heated and vaporized. Okay. So here what is producing means production of steam. So recovering heat together with the transferring of heat means, so as we discussed in the Rankine cycle, so the reheated water is again passed back to the boiler. So like that, total all this arrangement can be said to be a steam generating unit. Okay. So what is the purpose of the steam generator or steam boiler is, so we are having different purposes for steam boiler. So first one is for generating power in the steam engine or steam turbine. So in steam turbine, to generate the power or work, so we are using the steam produced in the boiler. And textile industries for sizzing and bleaching, that means for shrinkaging and changing of color, we are using this boiler. So next one is for heating of buildings in cold weather. So in cold weather, we used to pass the hot gases through the pipes or channels in the overall the building, and it can be used for heating of the building also. So what are the major requirements of the steam boiler? Okay, so the water must be contained safely. Contained safely means without any impurities we have to supply the water. Next one is the steam must be delivered safely at desired condition. So what is the condition of the steam? And condition of the steam means whether it is in dry state or saturated state or superheated state, that depend upon the condition and quality. So that means temperature, required temperature, we have to supply the steam. Classification of boilers. We are having different classification of boilers based on different conditions. So first one is based on axis of the boiler, we are having horizontal, vertical and inclined boilers. Okay. So if the axis of the boiler is horizontal, it is known as horizontal boiler. If the axis of the boiler is vertical, we can call it as vertical boiler. If axis of the boiler is inclined, we can call it as an inclined boiler. Okay, so this horizontal boilers can be easily inspected, but it occupies more space. Okay, so as I said, if the axis of boiler is vertical, it is called as vertical boiler. Next, if the axis of boiler is inclined, it is known as inclined boiler. So another classification of boilers are fire tube boiler and water tube boilers. Okay, in fire tube boiler, what is difference between fire tube and water tube means? In fire tube boiler, the hot gases are flown through the pipes and water will be surrounded over the pipes. Such type of boilers are known as fire tube boilers. Okay. Example of fire tube boilers are Cochrane, Landshire and locomotive boilers. Water tube boiler. So the water tube boiler, the water flows through the pipes and hot flue gases surrounds the tubes. So both are vice versa, and such type of boilers are known as water tube boilers. So examples for water tube boilers are Babcock and Wilcox, Stirling and Arrow boilers. Next classification is externally fired and internally fired boilers. Okay, so based on the firing, this type of boilers are classified. So if the boiler is done within the shell, such type of boiler is called as internal fire boilers. If the firing is done externally to the boiler, that is known as externally fired boiler. Okay, so the boiler is known as externally fired if the fire is outside the shell. Such type of boiler is called as external boiler. Example, Babcock and Wilcox Stirling boilers. So the boiler is known as internally if the furnace is located inside the shell. Inside the shell means inside the boiler. Such type of fire boilers are known as internally fired boilers. Example, Cochrane boiler, Lancashire boiler. Okay. So next type of classification is forced circulation and natural circulation boilers. Okay. So what is forced circulation? Forced means by means of some external source. If you are passing the fluid, such is called as forced circulation. So if by means of naturally gravitation process or natural process without any external source, if you are done the circulation of water, then it is called as natural circulation boiler. Okay. So if the as I said, if the circulation of water is done by means of forced pump, such type of boilers are known as forced circulation type boilers. Examples for forced circulation boilers are Wilcox, Lamont and Benson boilers. So next, if the circulation of water is done by means of natural convection, so convection current produced by the application of heat, such type of boilers is known as natural circulation boilers. Okay. Examples are Babcock Wilcox, Lancashire boiler. So next classification is high pressure and low pressure boilers. Okay. So if the boiler pressure is above 80 bar, such type of boilers are known as high pressure boilers. Okay. Example, Wilcox, Lamont, Benson boilers. The boiler pressure is below 80 bar, such type of boilers are known as low pressure boilers. Example, Cornish and Cochrane boilers. Okay. So now here the major type of boilers are fire tube boilers and water tube boilers. So let us see the comparison between the fire tube boiler and water tube boilers. Okay. So see, first one is position of water and gas. So as I said, in fire tube boilers, the hot flue gases will flow through the pipes and water will be circulated. In water tube boilers, the hot gases is outside the tube and water will be circulated towards the tube. Mode of firing. In fire tube boilers, all are internally fired, that is firing is done by inside the shell, and water tube boilers is externally fired, that is firing is done outside the boiler. And next one is operating pressure. So the pressure is limited, fire tube boiler pressure is limited to only 16 bars. So and can be water tube boiler can work under high pressures. So hence you can say that all fire tube boilers may be low pressure boilers and all water tube boilers may be high pressure boilers. The steam production rate for fire tube boiler is less compared to the water tube boiler. Floor area. The fire tube boilers will occupy more space and water tube boilers will occupy less space. So the fire tube boilers are not suitable for steam power plants or large steam power plants, where the water tube boilers are suitable for all types of power plants. Okay. So here the treatment of water is not necessary in fire tube boilers because we are not passing the water through the tubes. We are passing the only hot flue gases through the tubes. So and in water tube boilers there is a necessity of treating the water, because if there are impurities which are passing through the pipes, it may cause corrosion or blockage of the pipes. Okay. So we are having certain things to be selected while using selection of a boiler. So first one is in the selection of boiler, the first one is steam generation rate. What is the steam generation? That means what is the production rate of steam in the boiler, that we have to consider. Next, floor area availability. Okay, what are the floor area available? So based on that we wish to select a boiler. And accessibility for repair and inspection, comparison to initial cost, erection facilities, fuel water available, operating and maintenance cost, working pressure and condition of the steam. These are important things we have to consider while selecting the boiler. So generation rate means, as I said, the production. What is the quantity of heat steam can be generated at per hour. So next one is floor air availability. If the space is less, we used to select either flat tube boilers. Accessibility. So frequently we have to repair the boilers. Frequently we have to check and inspect the boilers. And next one is cost. What is the cost? Cost of the boiler. That means, so for the production rate, for the production of electricity, so we use these setups. So if the cost is very high than the production, then it will be not useful. So erection facilities, so water availability, fuel and water availability. So operation and maintenance cost, working pressure of the steam. So working pressure, if you require low pressure boilers or high pressure boiler, based on that we have to select the type of boiler. Okay, thank you.